for youth exchange students traveling under Lions Club's International Youth Exchange Program. The experience is of immersion.
Hello!
Youth exchange students experience a stay with a host family, and then they're invited to an international youth camp.
This camp is really good. I have many friends.
Youth exchange students from all around the globe coming together to share their many cultures, their many languages, but their common experience of being explorers of the world. Lion Greg and I have been host parents for 3 different students from Japan. Little did I know how much they would expand and enrich our lives, our family, and our understanding of the world. Neither did I know that many of these relationships would last far beyond those 3 weeks and carry forward even 20 years.
We send youth overseas to different camps. There is actually on the Lions International website, if you search up Youth Exchange, they have a list of all the camps available. We do a interview process, and out of all the applications we get, and we send up to 5 kids, and they get to pick which camp they want to go to. And it's a lot of paperwork trying to get applications in on time and get them all accepted to the camp that they wish to go to. This year, we sent 2 students, one to Ireland and one to Spain. But what came in with JC Hire was they were from Belgium, Finland, Algeria, Brazil, France, Spain. To me, it is a great opportunity. We actually started hosting, my husband and I, in 2018. So we only did it 2 years, 2018 and 2019. And then my family was gone this year, so I didn't get to host. But we really enjoy it because it is so fun getting to know these kids and learning about them and their cultures, and just seeing the way they interact with everybody here and everything new they get to see. It is so exciting and so much fun. And you really they really almost become your kids.
My name is Camille Valencia. I am from Wimberley, Texas. I graduated from the Catherine Ann Porter School in 2022, and I will be attending the University of North Texas in Denton this fall to study English education. I left on June 17th to go to Ireland. I left from the Austin airport, and then I flew to Dallas, and then I flew straight from Dallas. It was about a 10-hour flight to go to Dublin. My stay overall was like the most life-changing experience. Like, I'm never going to be able to forget it. There were 20 kids from 11 different countries staying in Waterford, which is pretty close to the coast in Southern Ireland. The 2 coordinators took us around Ireland, showed us sights, and took us to the water, and we did so many fun activities. We did a 46-kilometer bike ride, which is like 28 miles, and we went to the coast and we walked around, and it was a very hard bike ride, but it was one of the most amazing sights I have ever seen. And we did beach days where we got to swim in the ocean, and it was so cold, but it was one of the best swims I've ever had in my entire life. And then on the beach, we did giant mandalas and sand art, like a tiny Zen garden, but on a whole beach. And the fog was really heavy, but then when we started swimming, the fog lifted, and it was just the most amazing sight, the bluest water. And we all swam together and then sat on the beach and just watched the water. We did a lot of sightseeing, walking tours around Dublin, and visited Dublin Castle, and we visited some of the main attractions and touristy spots. And just walked for 2 hours. We saw the Viking exhibits. We did a Viking splash tour where we dressed up as Vikings and wore helmets, and we were in a bus, and then it went into the river and turned into a boat. And we were yelling like Vikings, all 20 of us, just screaming our heads off. I learned Mainly just a lot about the world. I've been to a lot of places on our side of the world, but I've never crossed the pond and gone to Europe. This was my first time. And so it was just so eye-opening to see that we are all very similar, even though we've come from like all over the world. Like, we're all teenagers who want the same things and are just trying to figure out what the next part of our life looks like. And I got to talk about just like things going on in everyone's country, a lot about COVID and how they were affected. One of the biggest things that I learned was what school is like for them, just their cultures in general. I got to learn a lot about Ireland, and I got to learn like unity with the people around me, and just how life-changing it can be to meet so many people from all over the world. I just want to give the biggest thank you to the Lions in Wimberley, who gave me this amazing opportunity. Like I said, I will never be able to do anything like this again. It's just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but especially Vanessa Jones, who coordinated the whole experience for me and helped me through the whole time.
Hi, my name's Harrison Mayhew. I recently graduated from Wimberley High School this spring, and this fall I'll be attending Baylor University. This summer I had the opportunity to fly to Spain thanks to the Lions Club. I left on June 26th and arrived in Madrid on the 27th. From there I took another flight to Malaga to meet up with my host family. We spent a lot of time doing the normal touristy things, seeing the town. Traveled to a lot of beaches, a lot of little small Spanish towns, tried a lot of different foods. The dad in my host family was actually a chef at a fancy restaurant in downtown Malaga, so that was pretty neat. I was with my host family for 8 days, and after that, on July 4th, I took an 8-hour bus ride to Elche, Spain, where I met up with other people from all around the world doing the Lions Club Youth Exchange program. And from there we went to the camp, and at the camp they had a lot of fun activities for us to do. There was zip lining, rock climbing, swimming, adventure courses. So we spent a lot of time doing that, just hanging out, getting to know each other, learning about different cultures and experiences. And we also went to the different towns with the camp on bus rides, spent a lot of time at the beach, did some service projects with the Lions Club there. We helped at an eyeglass recycling center, so that was pretty neat to be able to make a difference while I was over there. This trip was an amazing opportunity for me. I learned so much, really learned a lot about different cultures, because this was the first time I've ever left the country, and getting to meet all of the people from, I believe there was 15 different countries being represented at our camp, with 20 odd campers or so, and it was really amazing just being able to have this opportunity and have fun while I'm there. I'd like to thank the Lions Club personally for making this trip possible, for allowing me to see the world, travel to Spain, learn about all these different cultures, and make memories that I'll never forget, and friendships that will last a lifetime.
Every year, Wimberley Lions host youth from the JC Higher Youth Exchange. They come and spend a week in Wimberley with us. We have host families that are generous enough to open their homes to these youth, and usually it's 4 nights. They come in on Mondays. They spend Monday night with their youth host family, and then we have events planned for them all week long. One day is always San Antonio Day. They go see the Alamo, the Riverwalk, and all of that. One day, the San Marcos Lions host them. They do the glass bottom boats. They do the tubing down the river. And then one day, we do a Wimberley Day. And lately, that's been Jacob's Well and lunch and Blue Hole. And then we try to do boot and scoot or potluck one night, usually the Wimberley night. and then they go home on Friday and they hit Austin and do the Bob Bullock Museum, and just trying to get to see the Hill Country and what it's all about. So the youth this year, they arrived in Dallas the end of June. They go spend a week with their host family, and I know JC Hire has different events planned. They do museums, they did the Lions recycling, eyeglass recycling, and then they spent a week at Lake Texoma. That is their actual camp that they do events and create the camp song and do skits and everything like that. And then they go back to their host families for the weekend, and then they came here for the week. And then they went home back to their host families for the weekend, and they're going to Lubbock and then back, and then they have a lot of back and forth. Over the years, our budget for outgoing students has been around $10,000, and incoming JC Hire has usually been a lot less, but we've recently increased that to where we have a $20,000 youth exchange budget to try to get kids to come here and to send abroad, so we can share our little piece of the community or the world with the rest of the world.